So some species in the Proteaceae family develop fine roots called proteoid roots, which hoover up any available phosphorus. They don't develop relationships with mycorrhiza. Proteoid roots are short-lived and seem to open the Proteaceae species to attack by the Phytophthora root rot fungus. And no one needs extra fungus. Banksia serrata is one of the species that produces proteoid roots. It's one of the 4 original species that Joseph Banks collected before they grabbed everything they could and fucked off back to Blighty with it. Come back here with our plants, you asshole. Haven't you got your own plants, like privet? As you know, phosphorus is essential for plant growth. Australia is ancient and highly weathered. The highest point in the country, Mount Kosciuszko, is only 7,000 feet, so it's more of a bump then. Here's some more buxifolia. Recurved obovate leaves with mucrose. We're in March now and the buxifolia is flowering. Certain species of ants take the seeds of this plant underground. Get off me, you little thief. Google ants and Grevillea buxifolia for some more info. Here's some more buxifolia, such a dominant species in this area. The inflorescence is a cylindrical raceme. The style and stigma protrude and the 4 stamens are hidden. Remember, plants require oxygen for respiration and carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. And that's what's happening here. Here's more Hakea teretifolia. Here's some bearing flowers, axial inflorescences. It flowers from December to April. Look at how much moisture the terete foliage holds onto. Here's another species of Hakea. This is gibbosa. At least I think it's gibbosa. A very similar species with the same terete foliage is this one here, Sericea, regarded as a weed in South Africa. Why did it get taken there? Globalisation is going to be the death of us all. Coming up here is something that looks a bit like one of the Persoonia species, although these Persoonias hybridize, so it's hard to tell what's going on. This is Persoonia Levis. Has glabrous leaves to 140 millimeters long, hybridizes with lanceolata, adapted to fire-prone environment, resprouts from epicormic buds from beneath the bark after fire. Can live to over 60 years. Also grows from the ground seed bank. Buzz pollinated. He's a chewed on Persoonia lanceolata. Flowers have a perianth of 4 valvate tepals and 4 stamens surrounding 1 carpel. What the dickens is going on here? Is it furry? Is it rusty? Must be Banksia oblongifolia. How do you like that for an abaxial surface? Yellowy green inflorescences. Not sure what's oblong about it. Has whorled leaves, a little bit like serrata. This is the older growth without the red, rusty looking fur. Oh, but here's some fur. Hey, wait a sec, this ain't no plant. Now I'm going to make like a bargain basement Attenborough and tell you all about this little guy. This is a short-beaked echidna, spine-covered monotreme, which is an egg-laying mammal. The closest relative is the platypus. Certainly not worried by me being so close. They're covered in spines or quills, which are modified hair made of keratin. They have elongated and slender snouts that function as both mouth and nose. Like the platypus, they are equipped with electrosensors on the bill. Echidnas use these electroreceptive beaks to sense earthworms, termites, ants and other burrowing prey. They have the second lowest active body temperature of all mammals, behind the platypus. And they're good swimmers. Average lifespan in the wild is about 15 years. Both male and female have a single opening called a cloaca, which they use to urinate, release feces and to mate. Male echidnas have a non-venomous spur on their hind feet. The female lays a single soft-shelled leathery egg 22 days after mating and deposits it directly into the pouch. When the babies hatch, they open the leathery shell with a reptile-like egg tooth. Baby echidnas are called puggles. They're born larval and fetus-like, and suck milk from the pores from the 2 milk patches on the mother's body. They don't have any nipples. Male echidnas have a 4-headed penis. That's why we call this little guy Nobby. How intense is the colour on these ericifolia inflorescences? Here's one last look at the provocatively shaped pyriforme fruit. That's about it for today. Time to pack up the knapsack. Don't forget to pull out a weed or two.